Hi guys, how are you? I hope you're doing great. Today I have something that is also maybe not super fun to talk about, but something that I hope is really helpful. It's something that I've been working on a lot and that God is opening my eyes to, and so I'm eager to hear your thoughts about it. So here's the deal. I used to really struggle with feeling hopeless or despair when something big would happen, maybe like a job transition or a financial burden, something physical, something emotional, something in a relationship change. It felt big, and it felt like immediately when something big happened, I had to feel hopeless or scared or despair. And then I realized those situations where the biggest changes happen are actually the perfect breeding ground, if you will, for the most growth, the most progress, the most of God's hand to be shown. You know, if our starting point, if we're learning a new skill set and we're starting from no knowledge, our growth is actually going to look huge compared to something we were like okay at and continue to be okay at. So I just want to talk to you for a couple minutes about how to apply this in your life and how to really use it to work for you. Okay, personal example. I tore a muscle a number of months ago and it was really annoying. Obviously, who wants to tear a muscle? It was an injury and it was almost like I was starting square one with this muscle, both nursing the wound, retraining my muscles and then rebuilding the strength. So it was super frustrating. I went to a physical therapist. I was doing these little tiny baby exercises. And then I realized I was starting from square one, which meant the potential for a ton of progress. So even after just a week, I actually saw results in my body because of these little tiny things I was doing. And then now it's been a number of months and I see a huge difference. And the reason there's a huge difference is because of my starting point. So today I just want to talk to you about how to do this, not just with things like muscles, but all the things in your life. So it's 4 easy steps. Number 1, stop yourself from the runaway train of hopelessness and depression and all those negative thoughts like, I lost my job, what am I going to do? I have to go find a job immediately, my life is ruined. Or a significant relationship ending, or a physical health issue. Whatever it is, even something as simple like trying a new hobby that you want to get better at but you have no experience in. Whatever it is, step number 1 is simply stopping yourself, catching yourself anytime you jump on the runaway train of like, this is too hard, I'm never going to do this, or like things are hopeless. Number 2 is to immediately reframe. So instead of saying this is hopeless, say, wow, this is an opportunity for a lot of growth. Wow, God, what are you going to do here? Or I know that relationship wasn't right. Wow, what else is there out there for me? This is going to be good. Like reframe it from hopeless and despair to growth and progress and new life, new energy. Number 3 is as you put in the hard work to really focus on your progress, not just the end goal. So not perfection or not just like once something is checked off your list, but all along the way, focus on your progress. Anyone who's ever started a new workout routine or been on a diet knows that even if you consistently put in the effort every single day, every day doesn't give you the same consistent results, right? Maybe you put in the effort for like a week and then all of a sudden you lose a couple pounds in one day. Obviously, your body was just catching up. You were actually losing the weight over that time. But the reality is, or if you're doing a workout routine, if you start running, you have no experience running, you start running, maybe you're completely exhausted. You do this for a couple weeks and then all of a sudden you're like, wow, my stamina has improved, or wow, I'm not as sore. Progress happens, but it doesn't always happen like every day that we put in our hard work. It doesn't always come back to us that day. So stick with it and focus on your progress. Give yourself a step back and say like, okay, in the last week, in the last 2 weeks, if you're working on a really big goal, say, okay, in the last 2 months, what has changed? Or check in periodically, but take a step back from the day to day and just say, what is my progress? Not just perfection or once everything is magical in your life. Every step of the way can be really beautiful. Number 4 is to just keep putting in the consistent effort. So keep doing what works. Now, if something isn't working, if you're looking for a job and you can't find one, then maybe try new habits or new techniques. But if you're doing something that you know is going to work, just keep putting in the same work, the same effort. Eventually, it will pay off. eventually you're going to experience that new growth and that new life and that jump in your progress, and it's going to feel great. So that's all I have for you today. Please join me. Let me know if this is helpful, and let me know if you can think of situations where you're like, that was a really hard thing, and reframing it could be really helpful. I want to start working on that. And then use those 4 simple steps. Number 1, catch yourself. Ask God for help. He'll totally help. Just say, God, anytime I head towards that negativity or hopelessness, please help me, stop me. Number 2, reframe. Ask yourself, how is this going to be a potential for growth? God, what is happening right here in front of me that's going to be really good? Things like that. Number 3, focus on your progress all along the way to keep yourself going. And number 4, consistently put in the work and the effort. And voila, it will happen, I promise. As always, like, share, subscribe, and most importantly, share successes below or share how you're going to apply this in your own life and how it goes along the way. Okay, I hope you have a great day. Thank you for joining.